So hello and welcome to Field Mixologist. Today I've got a delivery from, I think this is from a customer actually. They're sending me a marine carb. So let's just, as we do normally, one thing that is interesting to say is to say Carburetor Man at my address. Wait. Plastic Stanley knife, change it. Okay, so excellent. Yeah, okay, good, awesome. That's the address, and it's well packed. Great. Ooh. This is a problem. Okie dokie. Okay, now we may have a little bit of a problem here because this is a Holley Spread Bore carburetor. So basically these are carbs that Holley made that basically fit like a GM intake. I'll show you in a sec what I mean. So actually this is going to be a bit interesting in terms of getting the rebuild kit. So there we go. So you've got a fairly small primary and a very large secondary. So basically you start off with this, and then the secondaries open up, you know, quite a bit. Actually, this cup is in pretty good nick, so you shouldn't need a lot of stuff. The only thing that so basically what the customer said was that it was just like overflowing, which in a marine carb is not such a great feature. So let's have a look. Because it could be as simple as just cleaning the thing up. I do have some gaskets for the Holley Spreadbore, now that I think about it. So I don't know if I've got a power valve, all of that stuff we need to start looking into. Let's have a look. Ooh, oh dear. This is not looking great. This is looking quite rough, actually. So, where is my rubber mallet? Here it is. So, let's see if we can take this stuff off. I can smell a lot of fuel. There you go. Actually, it's not as bad. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I mean, there is a fair bit of fair bit of crud here on the bowl. I don't know if you can see it from there. But other than that, let me see what sort of needle and seat assemblies it's got. This cup is actually pretty new. It must have been a replacement. Let's have a look. Ah, yeah. So the good news is that I do have spares for those. So provided I can get... So provided this gasket is the same, I can get the gasket in the front here. So I've got the front gaskets. Certainly got those. And if the metering bowl gaskets are the same, then we might be onto a winner. Obviously this this thing needs to be replaced because it's all, yeah, look, it's coming apart already, so that's not going to work. But other than that, I think this is a pretty straightforward job. This looks okay. There you go. So look, and you see, because the gaskets in the 4150 and this is the 41 50 and 60, so that they're slightly different. But the good news is that I have got plenty of these gaskets, and actually I'm thinking I might have some of the other ones as well. So we may be in for a bit of a winner. Again, this, ooh, this seems to be working. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to tear into it a bit more. This actually got a good opportunity to show you kind of the 41, the spread bore base plate and how it works and that kind of stuff. So before I do that, so look, one good diagnostic tool is opening up the accelerator pump. Why? Because the accelerator pump is what gives you the kind of the condition of the unit. Because if the accelerator pump is full of crud, then that gives you an idea of what you're facing with. Whoops, it's actually not too bad. I thought it was going to be worse. Well, no, actually, I'm feeling quite positive. I think this should clean up rather well. What I need to do, obviously, is as I tear it apart, because it is a spread bore carb, I need to keep the gaskets quite well. I certainly know I've got one of these. I need to check out the power valve. But other than that, I think this little unit is going to go back it should go back pretty easily. So, to be continued. Okay, so now I've got the carb in such a way that I can run a bit of a diagnostic. Now, one thing that is important on this particular project is that I mean, it might not look that way, but I removed the gaskets really carefully. Why? because I need to make absolutely sure that I have the right gaskets to build it to build it back up. So the way I tend to do this, obviously the bowl gasket, you had it, so that was fine. But then all the others, what you need to do is you need to put the gasket like this, one on top of the other, and ensure that they've got holes on both sides. So you need to look on both sides, and the holes need to match on both sides. So let me show you this, for example. So this one, you can see it like this, and then like this, and you can see that it is an exact match, and there are no holes either left or missing, especially from this side. And the same thing I've done with this one, which is at the back. I mean, it was looking a bit tired, so all of these gaskets are going to be brand new, obviously, because yes, it's the right thing to do. There is a bit of crust here in the a bit of dirt, so obviously that wouldn't have kind of helped. I think there's also quite a bit of crust here in the inlet. You can see it there a bit. That could have caused the bowl to be that could have caused this to stick, maybe. But however, the base plate is in really good condition. I'm just gonna spray it with a bit of carb cleaner, and that is fine. I mean, generally my philosophy is, if it isn't broken, don't fix it. This clearly isn't broken. I'm gonna replace this. Look, this is already coming off, but that's fine. That this can be replaced. This is the only thing that the base plate needs, a bit of a wipe down, and everything would be absolutely fine. What else? Yeah, oh yeah. So this power valve. In marine carbs, don't assume that if you have a rebuild kit, it's going to be correct for a marine carb. Why? Because marine carbs generally have kind of different sizes of power valves. Now in this case it has a 5.0 power valve, and as luck would have it, I do have a 5.0 power valve, but again, it's very difficult to get this thing in kind of normal kits. So luckily I've got one, so this project is back on. And again, the main body it's in really good shape actually. So I'm just gonna give it a bit of a wipe down, and that should be absolutely good enough. What I need to do is I need to check that the secondaries open properly, but other than that, obviously a needle and seat assemblies are going to be brand new. So other than that, this looks to be a fairly straightforward and quick project to be getting on with. So this one was, I mean, I finished, it's built back up. So this one was quite an easy project. First because I had all the parts in stock, which always helps. And I've realized that what happened to this carb was there was some contamination in the fuel. So possibly kind of the tank, somebody tried to use the last bits of the tank, and it started pulling some of the crud from the bottom of the tank maybe, and therefore that got in the carb and started messing about. Possibly the power valve wasn't that great, but anyway, it's new and all the gaskets are new. But this is, I think in the previous video I might have referred to it incorrectly. This is a 4165, and I don't know if I said that correctly in the previous video. So there you go. So this is the primary, very small and this is a huge secondary throttle blade. So this is essentially the same bolt pattern, the same bolt pattern as a Rochester Quadrajet kind of thing. So it's kind of Holley's version of that, and this is now ready to be dispatched / shipped back into the client so that they can put in the boat and just enjoy a bit of water sports. So I'll see you on the next episode.